Welcome to our sixth video in our series, A Path to Stability. I trust that you've been enjoying it so far. And if I was subtitling the series, I would call it A Path to a Quality Life, because that's really what we all want. I want to move right in. As a reminder, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can look at the videos in their sequence. You can review them as often as you need to. Also, if you're enjoying it, hit the like button, and as well as if you will hit the subscribe button, that is when you go in the YouTube format, there you will become a subscriber with me, and then you can actually get notified when I load up a new video. There's a few more to go in this series, so with that we'll get moving. The purpose of me doing this series, I just want to reiterate, is only one, and that is to create results. We are living in a time of untold difficulty, and so many people are struggling with life, and you wouldn't know it looking on the surface, people that appear to have it all together. And how do we navigate this thing with all of the challenges and all of the things that are going on and have a quality life? So this is designed to give you results. And also I want to say that it's critically important. One of the ways you get results is practicing awareness first. Practicing awareness. We've talked about this. I want to spend a little bit of time on the outset. One of the ways I've encouraged you to do this is by simply paying attention to your breath. I have to say this because breathing is something that we take for granted. We do it all the time. If we can't do it and have a cold, then we call the doctor and we go through changes. But pause for a moment and think about this, that breathing is a miracle of life. The fact that you have breath, that is your connection to all of life. When you breathe in and you inhale and you exhale, and all of the things that go on, you have many systems in your body. It is miraculous. You have a neurological system. You have a respiratory system. You have a circulatory system. And with the breath, there's a rhythm that naturally flows that comes out of the involuntary part of your brain. These are things you don't have to think to do. They just happen. And when you stop and pay attention to your breathing, you begin to get in the rhythm of your practical life. That is very, very important. So I want to say that your breathing is an anchor. It's something that you're doing all the time. But when you pay attention to it, it pulls your mind away from the busy thinking and all the things that are going on. Now, in fact, it allows you to, what I would say, move to a natural state of lucidity. Lucidity means a restful, a quiet state. I'll also make another statement that lucidity is synonymous with sanity. It is not natural for us to run around wired at 220, waiting like a time bomb to go off, always stressed out, always upset, always reacting as opposed to responding to life. It is not natural. We have been programmed over many, many years. For many of us, it's one thought that plagues us. The thought might be, you'll never measure up, or nothing ever works out for you. And you can incubate and recycle that thought for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And then it debilitates you from moving into a quality life. Your ability to be able to quiet and to still and to calm yourself and to calm your life is critically important. Doesn't matter how smart you are. If your brain is running out of control, it'll cancel your intelligence. It doesn't matter what you know, because if your feelings are running at 100 miles an hour in all kind of different directions and leading you down paths that you don't want to go down, it doesn't matter. It's going to cancel the things that you have. So it's important that for our natural state of lucidity, that's your natural state. You were meant to be quiet. You were meant to be peaceful. You were meant to be in a restful state. And that's really, really important. So that's why my emphasis is that you take time. As a matter of fact, let's take a moment now. If you want to pause the video here, take 3 minutes, 5 minutes, that's fine. It'll help you again to be even more open and receptive and clear, even regarding the instructions that I'll give. So if you would, let's just take a moment and just stop where you are. Look, worrying is not going to change a thing. There's some things that are beyond your control. Going around and round about them is not going to help. But if you can stop and collect yourself, you'll know how you need to respond to whatever's going on in your life. So just take a moment right where you are and just slow it down, relax, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Feel the air, cool air coming in, warm air leaving, and just relax. In the tension in your body, you will become aware of that because you're being fully present. You are aware of what's happening right now in your life. Take a few minutes and do that, and then we'll move on into our instruction section, okay? If you want to pause the video, you may. Okay, so having said that, let's move into what I want to share with you today. I want to talk to you about tools that will help you in the process of transforming pain, because that's what we've been talking about: pain, suffering, dealing with that. There are tools that you can use that'll help you out. And I want to begin to touch those because, again, as I've said before, I really want to give you value that's going to support you in your life. Number one, I want to mention today is the practice of acceptance. The practice of acceptance. Let me give you a little bit of a definition. Acceptance means to bring quiescence to the internal struggle that rages because of the volatile, shifting, restless world in which we live. It is to bring quiescence or rest or quietness to the internal struggle that rages because of all of the things that we're facing in the world. Practicing acceptance is not a concession that you're not going to improve your life. It's not a concession that you're going to just leave things as they are and whatever happens, happens. That's not it. But what you do is, in the moments when things occur that you didn't plan for, that you couldn't see coming, what acceptance does is helps you to remain quiet. It helps you to, not to freak out. It helps you not to start tripping. It helps you not to go off or lose 2 or 3 days because you sink into depression, or lose 2 or 3 days because anger is raging because of the things that are happening. There's no one really to blame because it's just what life handed you. And so practicing acceptance has to do with understanding that there will be things that I cannot change. If it could have been different, it would have. If I could have done something different, I would have. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stay with my breath, stay with my thinking. I'm going to relax, and I'm going to flow through this in a state of mind that's not agitated. And that's what acceptance really does. Again, I'm going to clarify that as we go, because to some people, it's a passive way of living. It's really not. As a matter of fact, if you accept what comes, because you're in a state of calmness, you'll know what action you need to take. So often our action is a crazy reaction. It's a response that doesn't make sense, but it happens because we are so locked into what's going on. So acceptance is huge, okay? We are, if you like the video, I want you to click like. If you want to actually be a part of my channel, you can subscribe. That way you know when it comes out. My website is rogerckelly.com. I have several tools, resources, have a newsletter that comes out. And so I'll see you in the next video. You have a fantastic day. Thank you.